morning, everyone. Welcome to our Living in Light Church. It's an independent spiritualist church, and our services are on the first and third Sunday of the month. Please turn off your cell phones or put them to silence so we don't want any interruptions during the service. I'm the Reverend Sandra Deckinger, and I will be chairing the service for today. We have coffee and bottled water in the back. Restrooms are in the next building. And be sure to browse our second selection of books in the back. You can borrow them for up to 6 months, and it's only $1. But make sure you sign them out. We also have a healing book in which you are welcome to add the names of people who would like to see receiving healings. On the opposite page, there's a list for people who have passed over recently. We can send them healing, and we're going to be beginning our service now. Would you please stand and let us sing page 110, Count Your Blessings, and we're singing all verses. When you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings and you will count your count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Are you ever burdened with a load of care? Does the crossing carry you are called to bear? Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and it will be singing as the days go by. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, count and comfort you to your journey's end. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. In the name of infinite life in which we live, move, and have our share of individual consciousness be, we now beseech all good, pure, true, loving, wise, and influences to come to us during this time. Please sit down. We're now going to read the principles, and you can find them on the inside cover of the hymnal. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. If you're in need of something to meditate on or to just think about, you can take one of these principles and think, how does it apply to me, and how can I apply this to the others who are in my life? We have a healing book for those who are unable to attend services. If you know of someone you feel could use a healing and you haven't done so yet, please put their name in the list now. As part of the healing service, we will be singing the healing prayer hymn and reciting the healing prayer. The healers will station themselves at the healing chairs and invite those of you who want to have a healing. If you'd like to have a healing but are unable to go to the chairs, raise your hand and a healer will come to you. Please be aware that healing is about working with energy provided by spirits who have chosen the healing mediums to send their spiritual energy through. To become a certified commissioned healer, practicing healers need at least 3 affidavits. If you've got some benefit from the healing, we ask that you fill out one of the affidavits, and they're in the back on the table. Currently, Avery, Charles, and Sandra need these. And now, please remain seated as we recite or sing the healing hymn, which is hymn number 109, He Healeth Me. Recite together the healing prayer, and it can be found in the hymnal books on the first page, and sometimes it might be in the back. Not sure. We have different sets of books. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body, and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. The spiritual healers will now take their place, and they will ask your permission for the laying on of hands and will only touch your shoulders. If you don't feel comfortable with this, let us know, and we will adjust to not make no contact. We have a healing list. It's for the month of April, and these are the names that are on it. Let us send the energy that has been generated here from our healing circle. Send it to each and every name that is on the list. And if you have someone who's in need of healing, but their name isn't on the list, then say it silently to yourself. We send this energy to all of those who are in need. We send it to all of those who are not in peace now. We send it to those who are the first on hand in emergencies. We send it to the earth. We send it to the children of the earth. We send it to all of those who in need. This concludes the healing portion of our service, and the healers are dismissed. Remember, if you received a healing today, please fill one out and give it to the healer. And I would like to announce our speaker today, who is the Reverend Bob, and we're going to be singing page 44 on Healing Ground, and it says here to skip verse 3, but I'm not sure which verse 3.
Skip verse 3, the third verse.
But is that on higher ground?
Yeah, that's on.
Just give me another heal book. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't bend well. Okay. Ready. On the upward way, new heights are gaining every day. My heart is on the upward ground. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand by faith on heaven's stable land, a higher plane than I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. My heart has no desire to stay, her downs and fears, a crimson ray. Though some may dwell where he's about, Lord, plant my feet in higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand by faith on heaven's stable land, a higher plane than I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. I want to scale the utmost height and click on the beam of glory bright. But still I pray till heaven I'm bound. Lord, lead me on to higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand by faith on heaven's stable land, a higher plane than I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Perfect, God.
everyone. When this service was first starting, there was nobody here. It's like, this is really strange. There's nobody here. And then all of a sudden, you all came in, one right after the other, boom, 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 like somebody just opened the gates. So thank you for coming. My topic today is on animal healing. The way that came about was, I'm writing a book now, The Healing Way, and it's about a bunch of different topics of healing. And I also attend a class that Sandy puts together online, and we each need to take a turn on giving a certain subject. Because she knew that I was doing the healing, research and healing, she says, you should do one on animal healing. When I first heard that, I was thinking, oh, I guess I could talk about how we heal animals. But I thought, that didn't really make too much sense, because whatever we do to each other, we also do to animals, so there's really nothing new there. And then I just switched it, what about animals healing people? And that's what this topic became about. So we hold a special place in our hearts for animals, of course. They come from a place of unconditional love, while humans have ulterior motives. Some people say that our pets hang around us because we feed them. It is their instinctual behavior of survival. This comes from the point of view of a human who has more complex thoughts and tries to read something into this behavior of our pets. And I suspect these are not pet owners. Pet owners know differently. I have been told many times by my psychic friends and spirits and seance that my dogs are with me in spirit. They're here with me, but in a spirit level. I don't feed them. I don't feed them anymore, but they're still hanging around. In fact, a lot of pets hang around the room when we hold our seances, our weekly seances, and no one is feeding them. So if they no longer get food from us, why are they hanging around? So much for the theory that our pets hang around just because we're feeding them. There is some history of animals being used to heal humans. In the 4th century Rome and even in Egyptian times, dogs were used to lick the wounds of injured people. It was thought that the saliva had healing properties that was used to help speed up the healing. Although their saliva does have some proteins that prevent infection, a dog's saliva contains a lot more germs that promote infection. So I would recommend that we don't do that. Animals can have compassion for other animals. And there's a picture that I don't know if anybody knows, there's a picture of an elephant back there cradling a lion cub. This was taken in Africa of a lion carrying a lion cub in his trunk while his mother was walking beside the elephant. They were going to a watering hole. The elephant saw that the cub was suffering from an immense heat of that day and was walking funny, so it decided to help. Even though lions and elephants usually don't get along, this was a demonstration of animals caring for one another. Some psychics are able to communicate with animals and reveal an intelligence similar to our own. There are many stories abounding on the internet of unique relationships with wild animals taken care of by people who respond with affection. There's a story of a woman who came upon a lion that was sick at a habitat center. The woman, she took pains to nurse that lion back to health, and it was eventually returned to its habitat, having recovered. One day, she decided to go visit that lion and was able to get close to the cage. The lion stood on its hind legs and put its paws through the bars. These are big paws, by the way. If you see a lion, they're big, massive paws. It would put these paws on her shoulder, and this is a sign of affection for a lion. And she wasn't feeding him. The love of a pet can extend to being a service animal to a person who needs constant assistance. The service dog is as diligent to their services as a police dog is. There are guide dogs for the blind, for the hearing, and the disabled. There are pet therapy dogs whose sole purpose is to visit people in need of comfort at hospitals and in homes. Some of these therapy dogs can sense which patients need greater care and decide to go to them first. People have been known to confide in animal friends. Excuse me. People have been known to confide in their animal friends their secrets because, let's face it, animals don't tell people things. They keep the secrets. But even if your pet is not a service animal, they can give comfort, especially in times of need, such as when you are in distress. Pets have the ability to know when their owner is having problems. There are stories of cats who are usually independent, but change their behavior once the owner becomes sick. I remember there's a scene at the end of the movie, The Secret Life of Pets, if you guys remember that. And at the end, they're showing the owners going home to their pets, and they're all dogs. And it's like, so as soon as they come home, the dog's so happy to see them. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And they go, the next scene, somebody comes in. Oh boy, you're here. The next scene, somebody comes in. Oh boy, you're here. Then they showed a cat. They opened the door, the cat looked at the owner, just went back to licking itself. That's typically what happens when we see cats do things like that. They don't seem to really care. But when we're ill, things do change. They will stay close to the ill person, the ill owner, until the owner's recovered, and then resume their usual behavior. Our dogs will be attentive if you have a bad day. There's a story of Scout, a dog who suddenly appeared at the Meadowbrook Medical Care Facility in Michigan. The staff had taken him to animal control, only he escaped, and he came back. He came back to the home. They took him back again, but he escaped again and came back to the home. After this third attempt, the staff decided to give up and just adopted him. The residents enjoyed the company and gave him treats. Scout seemed to know who the sickest patients were and would pay special attention to them. He would open the doors and he would help himself. The staff even changed some of the doorknobs so that Scout could open the doors himself. He makes the rounds and even serves as security for when new people come in. There are therapy programs for horses and dolphins for the mental and physically challenged. Riding horses seems to help boost a patient's confidence and a sense of freedoms that humans don't give. It's thought that rare exposure to such animals is so much more unique than working with humans that the patient is very aware and very present during the session. The unconditional love of a pet can help to restore calm. I was surprised to learn that some prisons allow pet visits and even pet ownership. That has shown that these prisons have less violence and less suicides. An experiment was done on stressed out people. They were instructed to pet rabbits, turtles, and a stuffed toy. The stuffed toy did nothing to improve their mood, but the animals had an effect. And it didn't matter if they were furry or if they were hard-shelled. And why is that? For one thing, a living creature who doesn't have to be with you but chooses to is showing compassion. When we pet our pets, we are giving them kindness, and we can see that they appreciate it. This creates chemical changes within us, like oxytocin and dopamine, that help reduce illnesses like diabetes and heart disease. Dogs and cats are the most common, but any animal can provide these benefits. Our pets also benefit from these interactions in much the same way. The other thing that provides us with healing is taking care of our pets. They need our protection and care, and by providing this, we are giving them love. And guess what that does? It increases our oxytocin and dopamine. Where have I heard that before? When we are sick, our pets seem to know and will try to comfort us. Lying in bed with the furry animal curled up next to you helps bring comfort when we are vulnerable. The worry of your illness is diminished by the sympathy of others, even if it's a four-legged animal. Experiments have been carried out in elderly homes which two groups were observed. One group had been given cats, while the other group was given no animals at all. After a year, it was discovered that the elderly that had cats, they felt better. They were less anxious, they were less lonely, and they needed less medication. The other group felt they had gotten worse. Naturally, the greater the bond, the more effective the healing is. A study at the University of Pennsylvania showed that heart disease patients who were pet owners had a higher survival rate than patients that did not have pets. It didn't matter if the patients were living with spouses or other family members. Pets were the indicator of a better outcome. Pets help with grieving over a loss. I had 2 dogs for a time, and when one passed, I didn't feel so sad because I still had the other one. But when that second one passed, the house felt very empty. It was definitely a change, and it took longer for me to adjust to it. Merely having a companionship of a pet like a dog helps increase the quality of our lives. Having my 2 dogs pushed me to walk them every day. And then after they passed, I still walk every day. Some regulars would ask, some of the regular people that I run across, they would ask, where are your dogs? Children with disturbed behaviors benefit from having a pet because of the feeling of security. They rely on these non-judgmental animals as support. Then there are the usual cases of healing. A friend of mine had come down with cancer and was feeling ill, and he went to lay down on the bed and rest while the cat jumped up on bed and to lie next to him. Now this was uncharacteristic of this cat, who really never paid much attention to him at all. But on this particular day, he did. And the cat began to purr loudly and pushed against his body for about a minute. Then the cat left the room, but turned around and did it again. Jumped up on the bed, pressed up against him, purring loudly. Then he left, and he came back and he did it again, a 3rd time. A couple days later, my friend and his wife found a lump on the cat and took it in. The cat had cancer. There was an operation to remove this mass, and the vet was very surprised that the mass wasn't attached to anything. Normally, a lump means that there's some organ that has been attacked by cancer, but in this instance, the lump was just contained in fatty tissue, while my friend's cancer went away. A woman in England was at the end of her rope and decided to end it all. She went to the kitchen to get a glass of water and take an overdose of medication. Her dog William came into the kitchen, jumped at her, and for the first time snarled at her. It bared its teeth too. And this scared the woman so much that she closed the bottle cap and went to her room, scared of her dog. William followed her and jumped on the bed to lick her face and was wagging its tail. A unique study was conducted by Los Angeles Veterans Medical Center with patients and parrots. Studies have shown that parrots have a cognitive ability of a 5-year-old. In working with wounded vets, it was found that parrots have the ability to empathize with others. And in one example, a parrot with a damaged wing bonded very quickly with the vet who had a damaged arm from a helicopter accident. So what is it about pets that seem to have the power of healing? It has been noted that there is one common element to healers and pets, and that is unconditional love. So that is the end of my talk, but I would like to offer a prayer for pets. So I would like to think, if you have a pet, or pet that's in the past even, I would ask that you think of them, place them in your hearts as I read this prayer, which is by St. Francis of Assisi. In your infinite wisdom, Lord God, when you created the universe, you blessed us with all living creatures. We especially thank you for giving us our pets, who are our friends, and who bring us much joy in life. Their presence very often helps us get through trying times. Kindly bless our pets. May our pets continue giving us joy and remind us of your power. May we realize that our pets trust us to take care of them, so that we should trust you to take care of us. And in taking care of them, we share in your love for all of your creatures. Enlighten our minds to preserve all endangered species, so that we may continue to appreciate all of your creatures. Grant this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think all of us might, not all of us, but most of us must have pets. And I know when I'm ill, my cats are there. When I was very sick and coughing all the time, I would have 2 cats sitting there looking at me as I was coughing. Then when I stopped coughing, they would go away. So they do understand. And there have been a lot of studies lately where we think, oh, they're just dumb animals. Well, they're not dumb animals. All the animals are able to communicate, usually with each other. Some of them, like our cats and dogs, communicate with us and special pets. And now I would like to ask for donations to our church basket. This money goes towards the rent of this space and any other expenses that we incur. And your gift is greatly appreciated, especially since we've started to work with Soul Search to bring more information about our church into the community. Great Spirit, we accept these gifts of love that will help us continue our work of spiritualism. We ask your blessings upon the gift and the givers who seek to assist us, keeping this church as a lighthouse for the seeker of truth. In the name of love, amen. Thank you. Next week, we're going to have a very interesting service.
2 weeks.
Reverend Lynn and Tim
Yes.
are going to be doing the sermon. Should be very interesting.
It's Easter. It's Easter, that's why.
Books and literature on the back table. Public seance will be April the 26th. So be sure to sign up for that.
We're meeting in 2 weeks.
A psychic fair will be held here on June 22nd. And how did the rummage sale and bakery go?
Well, thank you for asking. Well, I have to tell you the rummage sale did not go very well because it was in a location that's in a residential area, so we don't get much traffic. So if we're able to do it again, I was kind of hoping Renee would be here to ask her to hold it at her clubhouse because she lives like very close by, and there's a lot of cross traffic, so there's a lot of exposure, so it'd be a lot better to hold it there. So I need to talk to her about that. We made about $90 for the church. That wasn't too bad, but we didn't get any readings or any healings. So there's just so few people showed up. So next time I would like to have it out there.
Did all the bakery items go?
Some did. It's like not very many, but some did. And then Richard and Tito, they have their own church, which is where we held it at, and they said whatever they didn't sell, they were going to donate to the homeless because they do work with the homeless. So that's where the food that didn't get sold went to. So that was good. Again, we're having our psychic fair. This is probably news to you. We're going to be charging $5 to go to the fair. This was recommended by Spirit, so we'll be doing that. And we'll probably have a discount if you register with Eventbrite, so we'll probably be doing that. So that's going to be a little over a couple months away, and we'll be using the multi-purpose room, which has already been rented. Let's see. The vendors are going to be charged $100. It was $75 last year, but we're adding a couple hours, so it's going to go from 11 to 6. We've been holding weekly seances, and if you're a long-time resident of the Bay Area, you probably know about the 10 o'clock news on Channel 2. Dennis Richmond was a news anchor there a long time ago, and he retired. Well, he passed away a couple months ago, and he actually came to our seance. So I thought that was interesting. He was new in at first because he was recently departed, and he even said, I can't stay very long, this is hard for me to do. Then he came the next week, and it was a lot easier for him. And then he came the next week, and he was very jovial. It's like, he was laughing a lot. And then I finally told him, it's like, cheer up, Dennis. And then he said, I like this group. So I thought that was nice. One of the things he did mention was he would like to approach his family members, try to get message to them, but they said they're still too deep in grief. So when we're in grief, we tend to shut that stuff off. So he says he's going to have to bide his time and wait until they're more approachable, and then he's going to try to get messages to them. So I thought that was interesting. Yes. And I've got a little joke for you to end this. There was a husband that was asking his wife, it's like, why do you keep on putting LOL on all your cards? And it's like, well, because of what it means. Well, what do you think it means? Well, it means loss of love. It's like, no, that's not what it means. You've got to stop putting that on sympathy cards. People are getting mad. So that's my contribution. So thank you.
LOL.
Yeah.
That was my ring. There was somebody at my front door delivering packages. And now it's time for our spirit messages. Let us sing page 159, Open My Eyes That I May See. Place in my hands the wonderful key that shall unclasp and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. Open my ears and let me hear gladly the warm truth everywhere. Open my ear, everything false will disappear. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. Open my mouth and let me bear gladly the warm truth everywhere. Open my heart and let me prepare love with thy children thus to share. Silently now I wait for thee, ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my heart, illumine me, Spirit divine. Our readers today will be Reverend Bob and myself. It's time for spirit greetings, and we request that you remain seated and not move around too much. If you get up, please be quiet and move to the rear of the room. Do not go between the medium and the person being read. as this can disrupt the connection. It's an opportunity for the mediums to exercise my gifts. And now, Reverend Bob.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go first because he's really standing out with that shirt. Is that all right? He's going to come to you? Okay. Yeah, I see that mushroom with all the dots on it. And as I close my eyes, I'm getting more dots, more dots. It's like the whole room is filled with dots, painted dots all over the place. And there's one spot where it's clear. I'm looking in that area. And it's like a curtain of dots, and you're peering through it. You're almost clowning around. It's like you're pulling the shades and you're sticking your head through it. It's like you're playing around. So that's probably your personality, a playful personality. So you're a happy person. There are other people around you that are just as jovial in spirit. It's like you're happy and they're happy. So everything's good. Okay, do we have any messages? There's a note. There's a piece of paper that's folded up. There's a note. It's like on lined paper. Because I want to slap my hand down on it, on this piece of paper. Okay, what's on this note? They're opening it up now. There's a handwritten note on there. It's handwritten. Okay, I can't make out what's on there. There's a question, but it ends with a question. Somebody has a question for you. Okay, can I be told what the question is? I'm not getting that. I'm not getting what the question is. I think this is more personal. Nice handwriting. Okay, can you give me any more information on this? There's a question being put to you that you have to answer, and it's going to take some thought. So this is probably a deeper thinking kind of question. And it's got to be from a family member. I'm feeling this from a family member. It could be even your mother. We're asking you a deeper question, but it's probably related to your life. What are you going to do with your life? That kind of a question. And now they want to take that note and they put it in like a shirt pocket and they close it back up. So it's close to your heart. So this must be a pretty important question. So I would keep my eyes and ears open for this question that's coming about, because it's going to have some special meaning for you. Anything else? More mushrooms. Now I'm getting more mushrooms, more dots. So I think that kind of concludes it. So that's the message that I have for you. Okay? Thank you. Sure. Okay. Let's see. Can I come to you, please? Okay. You're unfamiliar to me. Are you? Oh, yes, okay. I try to key in on something of the person. You're wearing all black. I get the feeling you're kind of a background person, because sometimes there's puppet shows on a stage where things are going on and big armatures are being manipulated, characters and things like that. And the people that are running them, you can see them, but they're wearing black like you are, trying to be subdued because they don't want to draw attention to themselves. Because, here, look at the puppet, don't look at me, that kind of thing. And that's what I'm feeling with you. You're kind of a shyer person. Okay. Anything else? You want to hide behind the curtain. That's what I'm getting. So you need more confidence in yourself. Because you're just as important as anybody else. You may not feel that way, but you're just as important as anybody else. You need to stand up. Be accounted for. Be counted for. Yeah. Your presence is just as valid as anyone else. There's no reason to think different. Okay, anything else? Something's being scattered around. What is it? Okay, it's like sand or something being scattered around, or salt. I'm getting sand. Okay, why are we scattering this around? It's like some kind of spiritual ritual. Some kind of cleansing, even though we're making dirt. And you're meant to walk on this sand. I get bare feet. You should take your shoes off and keep walking on the ground barefoot. I think that's going to help you. That may seem weird. You can wash your feet later, but a lot of times I keep on hearing the stories about people walk with bare feet to get grounded to the earth and feel the energy of the earth and receive benefit from that. So I'm going to ask you to consider doing that somewhere, just for a few minutes, and see if that doesn't help make you feel better. And that's the message I have for you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did that make sense, what I was telling you?
I do it every morning.
Oh! Okay, that's what I picked up on. Wow. Okay, good. Can I come to you? You're wearing a lighter shirt. The people around you are wearing black, but you're wearing the lighter shirt so you can stand out. I'm focusing on your shirt, which is a plaid shirt, which has a bunch of lines on it, the cross lines, but some of those lines are frayed. Some of them are bent and awkward. It's like each line is a wire, and some of the wires are kinked and bent in unusual shapes. So something's not blending well. You have some resistance. And I see you working to straighten up those lines like a coat hanger that's all bent, and you want to unbend it and make it straight again. So I see that with your shirt. Straighten your shirt, getting rid of those kinks, straighten it back up again so you get back to the way that you were. Deep breathing. So I don't know if you meditate, but even just for a couple of minutes, sit there, relax, take deep breaths. I want to take this big, deep breath, hold it in my lungs, and then let it go. Do this several times. Do it several times throughout the day. And that will be the same as straightening out those wires, getting back to normal again, feeling good again. So that's the message that I have for you, if that makes sense. Okay, good. Can I come to you, please? Is it okay? Can I come to you? Okay. There is something above you like a candle or flame, the flame of a candle, just above your head. You're being anointed with spiritual energy. So you are a spiritual person, or you wouldn't be here, but even something more special is going on with you. And you're being recognized for that. You have spirits around you that are celebrating what you do, your life, the things you do, the way that you think, and the help that you provide others. And being nice. Being nice to Robert. Being nice to other people. You're getting pats on the back. I see pats on the back. So you're moving in the right direction. The things you're doing are the right things that you're doing. It's good. It's good. What you're doing is good. It's spiritually approved. They got the spiritual approval. Okay, anything else? I see you preparing food. Preparing food for others. For family members. But even more than that, there's something else going on. Like you're going to have a party, you're going to have some family members over for a dinner, and you're preparing that food for them. And just that act of making food for others, that goes a long way. Because we may think, it was no big deal. No, it is. It is a big deal. It helps strengthen that family bond. So I see that coming up soon. And I guess that's the message. Okay. I would like to address the lady in front of her. It's like, what is your name? I feel a little outdoorsy with you. Do you like to be in the outdoors? Yeah, okay. That's what I'm feeling. Maybe going on hikes or something. Something outdoorsy. Being next to the nature. I see fields of grass, park-like settings. Interesting, as I'm standing here, I'm starting to feel a little uneasy on my feet, like I feel a little wobbly. Okay, what is this? Yeah, I'm doing it again. A little lightheaded maybe, from a cold or a flu. Are you feeling that now? Okay. Is this something that's going to happen? A little vertigo maybe? From a sickness? Because I feel a sickness. You'll be okay, but I think this is something that's going to be coming up soon. It's like happens to all of us. Okay. Anything else? It's important that you be outdoors, because that's kind of a medicine for you. So even if you get a cold, like sometimes we'll get colds and they say, oh, I'm just going to stay in bed. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's like your medicine cabinet's out in nature. Anything else? I think that's it. That's it. Okay. I think that's it for me.
I think that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. Is it okay? You? Okay. Sandy will do the rest.
I'd like to come to you, please. Can I hear your voice? As I've been sitting here, I've been shown the state of the Vata, and there is something, a message or someone coming to you. They're going to come through Nevada. It's going to come through to you through that, and I'm giving that about 3 months, because as I look at this, it's very sandy and very hot. So that would take us 3 months into like July, August, when it's extremely hot there. You're going to be very pleased with this, I want to say message, but it's a person who's bringing a message to you, and you've been looking for this for quite a while. I don't have any other information on this at the time. However, there is a small one that is close to you, and it's a baby. It's close to you, and you've been working heavily with this child because you just feel that something is not 100% with this child. Continue to work with this child, because your presence there is increasing the, I want to say, the energy and also the awareness. This child is a new visitor to this planet, and it's sort of lost. So continue to keep working with this person. Thank you. I'd like to come to this lady here. What is your name, please? There has been a gentleman standing on right behind your shoulder for the entire thing, and he's tall, much taller than me, about 5'8". Well, he says he's taller, about 5'10". He has blondish hair that he is showing me. However, I feel that when he was on the earth plane, when he went to spirit, it was sort of grayish by that time. Sort of well built. He says he knew you when you were in your 20s or 30s, and that you were very good friends at that time. And he's showing me himself in a uniform, so I feel that he was in one of the services, and he said that he didn't come home. He didn't come home. It's okay if you don't recognize this person. He says, you will in a day or two, but he says he's very pleased to be with you, and he drops in every once in a while to help you along. Do you every once in a while, do you feel like you're getting a little push in the back? That's him. He's here to help you along. He wants you to know that this condition will improve over time. It will improve over time. There's also a lady that comes in from the mother's side of the house, and she just drops in to say hello, and she says, you know I'm here, you talk to me all the time. So I'm going to leave that with you. Long black hair. Did you have a message yet? Would you like a message?
Sure.
Well, as I come into your rate of vibration, there is someone here in your universe that's deaf and uses sign language? Please explain. Your spirit people have been trying to get through to you. They say that you've been going out of your way to suppress your natural abilities, and that you could be up here too. You just have to learn how to let go. They say that they're trying to use sign language to you so that you would understand them, so that they can get through to you. What I'm going to do is, like you have earmuffs on, I'm taking them off now, and you will be able to move forward with spirit, and they will be able to start talking to you. You're going to be great. You're going to be great. I know when I was first told that I would be a medium, I said, you're out of your mind. But I did it, and they helped a lot. So you can do this too. Thank you. Can I come to you, please? What is your name? As I come into your rate of vibration, I'm seeing you sitting there, and I also feel like there's 10-pound weights on your shoulders. There's something that seems to be pushing you down, and you don't feel as if you're able to get up and move forward. There is a person in your universe that seems to be putting this weight on your shoulders. When you go to sleep at night, ask your spirit people to work with this person, because these weights don't belong to you. You're supposed to be happier, but someone feels very uncomfortable when you do that, because then you're not under their control. It's time for you to move forward. Remove even yourself at night. Think you have the 10-pound weights, and take them off and put them on the floor and say, oh no, I'm not going to accept this anymore. I'm going to be free and I'm going to move forward. Now, Bob, I think this is for you. For the entire thing, I have been sitting here and I have been seeing like verses. Might be poetry, might be the verses that we have in the hymnal, and they seem to be floating all around you. There's no cohesion at this present time. I want to pull them all into a group, and I'm going to give them to you. Your mind has been too scattered lately. You haven't been thinking right. And Spirit wants you to know that you're the important person, not anyone else around you. They're telling me except the cats. They're very important. But possibly you're writing to write poetry, or there's something like verses, stanzas or something. And I'm going to leave that with you because that's all I'm getting.
Okay.
Let me come into your rate of vibration. As I'm standing here, I see a man in a garden, and he's raking, he's raking, and he's going like this with his back, You know, you've been doing a lot of work, physical and mental, and it's time for you to put the rake down, to put all of these instruments down, and for you to stand up. You're going to need this strength moving forward. The path is a little twisty, but you'll do fine. And I'm going to leave that with you. Has everyone had a message? Thank you very much. And now, let us get ready for the benediction. Lord, O God of peace, before we part, send kind angels to each heart. Lead us, we pray, with loving hands, until we reach the summer land. And now, I hope to see you all in 2 weeks.